Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Cam and welcome back to the AFI project. Today we're going to be taking a look at a movie that inexplicably predicted 2020, despite the fact it came out in 1939. It's Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. This was directed by Frank Capra, the director of It's a Wonderful Life. It also stars It's a Wonderful Life star James Stewart. Stewart plays a Boy Scout leader named Jefferson Smith. You know, he's your prototypical American. Like, he's not, in your face about it, but he believes in the American dream. And so, he is picked out of random to fill a Senate seat in Washington, D.C. after the beloved senator of his district passes away. He unknowingly triggers a lot of political unrest when he proposes building a Boy Scout camp over a precious oil reservoir. And he unknowingly steps on the toes of, among others, his fellow senator from the same district named Joseph Payne, played by Claude Rains. And Stewart runs headfirst into the world of dirty politics, but he stands his ground. I said in my It's a Wonderful Life video that Frank Capra can get very dark, but as long as, John Wayne rides off into the sunset, aka the good guy gets to win, it's justified because we all have the release at the end. And, well, in essence, that does happen here. But wow, Frank Capra predicted our political system almost perfectly. And I am trying my hardest not to be political on this channel because it's cloying now. It's everywhere, and I see this channel as an escape of just talking about movies and TV and other things. I leave the politics to people well above my pay grade. So just know that I'm not going to talk about it too much in the future, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit now. It doesn't matter what side of the political aisle you're on. Senators are two-faced. They talk out of both sides of their neck, as Jim Cornette would say. They tell the public one thing, but then they're doing backdoor dealings the second you turn your back. Except for Dan Crenshaw, because he's a badass. And these politicians in the movie routinely tell the public, oh, we totally want to go this way, but they secretly want to go the other way. Because they are perfectly content to just sit in the chambers, collect a paycheck, and ride off into the sunset when their term is done. Because in the words of George Carlin, it's a big club, and you ain't in it. Even the journalists in Mr. Smith Goes to Washington are the same. The journalists in Mr. Smith Goes to Washington are holier-than-thou douchebags who see their job as, tearing down empires. They're activists, basically, instead of journalists. I looked long and hard, but I could not find Jim Acosta in this movie. However, I would not be surprised if he was some time traveler and was in this movie. Because, kids, find yourself someone that loves you like Jim Acosta loves him some Jim Acosta. And if you think I'm trying to advocate for any political party, I am not. As someone who pays a fleeting attention to the news, all I can say is that, in the words once again of George Carlin, it's all BS, and it's bad for you. But reading the news every day and finally watching Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, it's like a light bulb went off. That a movie from 1939, just 7 or 8 decades before I was born, just predicted everything that's happening right now. It's kind of nuts. James Stewart, as per usual, is excellent and is the beating heart of the movie. Frank Capra does a great job of showing that after the backdoor stuff, you see where Jefferson Smith is coming from. He actually wants to do some good in this world. He actually goes to all the monuments and looks all doughy-eyed at them like I did when I went to Washington, D.C., because I love Washington, D.C. He believes in the American dream, unironically and without an ounce of cynicism. And it was honestly refreshing. Another thing that I did like about this movie was that it seems to hint at the fact that some of the senators, specifically Senator Payne, was good at one point. However, he got lost along the way. He's played by Claude Rains, who was, among other things, the Invisible Man, and he's really good in this movie too. As I stated at the beginning, it doesn't matter how dark your movie is, as long as you can pull everybody back from the ledge, we're all fine. And there are some very dark moments in this movie. Seriously, the ending of this movie made my heart grow 3 sizes like the Grinch. I'm not kidding. Despite my political rantings, which I said I wasn't going to do, but then I did anyway, I consider myself a very optimistic guy. I love this country. There's nowhere else I would live. However, this news cycle just makes you question everything, and Mr. Smith Goes to Washington has just aged like a fine wine. Well, that was a lot off my chest, and like I said, I hope that this review isn't too political. I'm not, like I said, I don't care about either side. It's just a lot of stuff happening recently just, inspired it. I still remain very optimistic and everything, but just sometimes I just have down days. That is all for me, guys. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. Next time on the AFI Project, we're going to be taking a look at, I guess, more lighthearted affair, but it's a Western, so at least it's not politics. We're going to be talking about 1952's High Noon. But if you like this video, please be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below, and if you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and click the bell to allow notifications. That way, when a new video drops, you'll be the first to know about it. My name is Ryan Cam, and I'll see you in the next one.